My name's Ginger Sugerman, and I'm here to talk about my mother, Barbra Ayesh. She was the Way to Happiness queen.
My name is Barbra Ayesh, and I'm the co-founder with my husband Robert of an organization called the Concerned Businessmen's Association of America. One of our most successful programs is a children's program called the Children's Set a Good Example Competition. It's a contest that gets kids involved in using a moral code booklet called The Way to Happiness. Purely common sense, purely something anyone can use, and the wonderful part about it is it works.
She was one of the largest distributors in the world of the Way to Happiness book and ran a group under the Church of Scientology. It was the Way to Happiness Foundation. She basically gave 30 years of her life to the Church of Scientology. Her family hardly ever saw her at all. Got to not know her, actually. At the end, when she became very ill and was no longer a money machine for them, they discarded her as if she was nothing.
Ginger, the Church of Scientology runs several social betterment programs.
Correct.
What it calls social betterment. The Way to Happiness campaign is one of those programs.
Yes.
What is the Way to Happiness program really about?
I think it's about just getting new people to fund money so that it can be funded up to the Church of Scientology. Nothing else but that, at all.
So just a money-making...
Big time. There's no other intention whatsoever. At this time, because the church was unwilling to help her at all, both my brothers are using their retirements to take care of my mother, who's in a home now.
How many booklets do you think your mother distributed in her 30 years?
I don't even know if I could put that many zeros on it. She was the #1 distributor of that booklet.
Would you say it's over 10 million booklets?
Absolutely.
Ginger, whenever there was some big catastrophe, even a flare-up, say in Palestine, and Israelis, I would get phone calls from the church saying, Karen, we need to send them Way to Happiness booklets. How much can you give?
Yes.
Or even when there was a devastation in Haiti over some earthquake, tornado, whatever, the thing wasn't let's get them food and water.
No,
it's let's give them... So here are people paralyzed
Yes.
with a weather catastrophe.
Correct.
But what the church wanted out of that was money for Way to Happiness booklets.
Correct.
What can you tell me about immediately launching into the rank and file for money?
I know right now in Brazil there's a distribution or request of distribution of Way to Happiness to get all those books in there for the soccer event that they have. When 9/11 came around, that was the huge push, that it didn't matter people were dying or what was going on with families or any of that. It was we needed to hurry up and get X amount of books and get them out there to help save these people. You know, in the back of my mind it was, well, the book is okay, but hey, there's more important things than a book needed right at this time. But that's all it was cared about, period. Book. Also Katrina, same thing. Books,
Yeah,
books,
but
books.
when you're talking about the book, the real bottom line is money.
Absolutely,
We
there's
want
nothing
cash.
else. 100%.
The book, the church has a printing facility.
It's 185,000 square feet of state-of-the-art printing power. It's cutting-edge technology honed to maximum output. It's manufacturing, distribution, and administration, all under one roof. And it's the only one of its kind. The new Church of Scientology International Dissemination and Distribution Center.
Even though there are printing facilities that could end up printing these for a fraction of a cent,
Yes.
new money is extorted by gullible businesses.
Absolutely.
And it's a cash cow.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that, Karen.
It's not done for noble purposes to
Not
try and
at
get
all.
some good precepts into the thing.
They don't follow their own precepts.
Did you know that they claimed they lowered the crime rate of Colombia by 50%?
I remember times where my mother would get by some of the people in the church, and they would tell her what wording to use, right? And they would alter those statistics intentionally to make it look like it did good, so she could further sell more things to other people to get more money. It was not true.
Right.
My mother would have a program, and they would want her to keep developing different programs because they wanted more money. And so then, like, there was a program where they would put a bundle of books in public libraries, right? And then this became the next thing we had to sell on top of what we were already selling, you see? And it was like you would work over 60, 70 hours a week, no food, no sleep. It was like being inside the church working, but outside, you see? And as long as you had your money up, you'd actually get like a little bit of a, if you got them a lot of money, you felt like you were worth something, you know, but if you didn't, you were berated and you felt like you were not good enough.
Now, tell me about royalties. Barbara got money, your mom, Barbara, got money from various businesses.
Yes.
You told me dentists had their name and address stamped to the back of
Yes.
the Way to Happiness booklet?
Yes.
And for that they paid
Yes.
Way to Happiness. Now,
They would pay us, and then we would pay royalties. Anything we sold. So we buy the books from them, buy the reprinting license from them.
And they
then
make
everything
royalties.
else we have to send royalties as well. Up, you know,
who were the royalties paid to?
Way to
which
Happiness
publication?
Foundation.
Ah.
Yes.
Corporate.
And then they would pay upwards from there
Mm.
to the upper echelon parts of Church of Scientology. It's like a huge pyramid scheme. That's exactly what it is to me. And you're the low guy on the totem pole, and as long as you're going cha-chink, cha-chink, you're great.